NC State lost to Wake Forest over the weekend. I say that with monotone intentionally. Oh, darn.
Yeah, I think State fans are probably like, yeah, we know.
That's how we've been talking since the. You know what? It probably goes back to the Pitt loss, but NC State's season is now a test in want to. It's a test in internal motivation because the external motivation isn't there anymore. Right? When you start the season, and then I think everybody in college sports kind of does the same thing, right? You start with win your conference. And then you go from there, right? That's what you can focus on. That's what you can control. To use Florida State football as the example, the thing they could control is winning all their games and winning the conference. They couldn't control what the committee did, but winning your conference. The regular season title is out the window for NC State. Outside of winning their conference tournament, the NCAA tournament is out the way for NC State. They had to beat Pitt and didn't. They had to beat Wake Forest and didn't. And that makes it so all the other moral victories aren't even an option, right? Here's Kevin Keatts talking about how it was a hard-fought game versus Wake.
What a hard-fought game it was, and I mean, that was, to me, that was an ACC tournament elimination game. I thought both teams played extremely hard. I love the way DJ Horn played. I thought he was really aggressive. Every time that we needed a basket to answer a run, I thought he was the guy that stepped up and made some big shots for us. We did some really good things. I thought Mo was tremendous as far as rebounding the basketball. The game went back and forth.
Hard fought in certain situations matters. The last two games for NC State, hard fought didn't matter. Winning was the only thing that mattered. Those two losses changed the rest of your season. If NC State is a program, which I believe it is, and I know the fan base that I interact with believe it is, if NC State is a program that sees their seasons as disappointments unless they make the NCAA tournament, the only way to make this season not a disappointment is to win the ACC tournament. Other than that, the motivation is pride. So as long as you don't fall into that Tuesday game, which makes your run to the ACC tournament even more difficult, as long as you're playing on Wednesday, the rest of your motivation is pride. You have 7 games left. At Clemson, versus Syracuse, versus Boston College, at Florida State, at UNC, versus Duke, and at Pitt. You better find whatever it takes to get up for those games. There was a point in time not long ago where I was like, hey, you win them all except for one, you lose the right one and it's close, you might be able to talk yourself into having a chance at the NCAA tournament. Lose to Pitt, lose to Wake, that's no longer an option. I don't believe the committee can save you now. So now, it's whatever you have to take, whatever you have to do to get wins, right? To make your program proud of the way you finish and to set yourself up for a Cinderella run through the ACC tournament. That's it. And do you know what nobody likes to hear about the motivations of their team towards the end of the season? Anything along the lines of, that's it. Right? You like to hear and also, right? You want to have a favorable seating in the ACC tournament, and also set yourself up for a strong at-large bid in the NCAA tournament, and also get yourself ready for some individual postseason accolades, and also you don't want that's it. The motivation could be there, right? Syracuse and Pitt beat you once already. Go get some revenge. UNC and Duke, you know what the motivation is there, right? Crosstown rivals, the flag bearers this year. Actually, there's another ranked team, by the way. UVA's ranked as of today. So they're not the only ranked teams in the ACC, but they're the 2 highest ranked teams in the ACC. You want to go knock that down. Michael O'Connell, DJ Horn, Casey Morsell, DJ Burns, listed as seniors. Quite a few of them have already played 5 years of college basketball, so you'd expect them to be on the way out. I believe O'Connell has played 4. I'm not sure if he gets the COVID year. But that's a lot of guys that want to go out with some pride. Casey Morsell's played a lot of games for NC State. DJ Horn has been a real force for them this year, and DJ Burns, we know what he brings to the table. Fan favorite. He's going to be remembered by State fans, and the next 7 games have something to do with how you're remembered. Sometimes you learn something about yourself. Sometimes you learn something about your team. Sometimes you learn something about your program as a whole when you put yourself in this situation. Do you go, our goal was NCAA tournament. This is a program that's proud, and every year we should make the NCAA tournament. So when that kind of falls by the wayside, do you go, well, we tried? Or do you go, well, we have 7 games left to remind people what we bring to the table. We have 7 games left to fight our tails off. Not to mention, there's the whole coaching staff job security thing, right? That question is going to be asked by quite a few if you miss the NCAA tournament again. After, last year maybe thinking you turned some kind of a corner. So win one for your coach is an issue, right? That's something that could motivate you down the stretch here. But that loss to Wake, following the loss to Pitt, those are deal breakers. Those hurt. And again, like I said, hey, you played hard. Against Pitt, right, there's the whole if you make your free throws. Against Wake, hey, it was a hard-fought game, felt like an ACC tournament game. Yeah, but you didn't win.
Nope.
That hurts.
It's one thing if they were in a position, like we said, and also. You
want to be playing with stakes.
Yeah.
From this point forward, the next 7 regular season games, there's very low stakes. Do you play on Tuesday or do you play on Wednesday when you begin your Cinderella run through the ACC tournament is really the only thing that's on the line.
If you had 18 wins already on the year and you were 9-3 in the conference, okay, then you look at, hey, you know what? That's the game we're going to play in the ACC tournament. That kind of game is going to get us ready for the NCAA tournament. There's a little bit of a different feeling to it. But like you said, now it's like, well, if we don't make a run in Washington, D.C. in about 4 weeks, then see in the NIT.
And I can tell you this for darn sure. The ACC tournament doesn't give out medals for it was a hard-fought game unless you win.
Yeah.
There's no pats on the back for, hey, that felt like an intense playoff game, didn't it? You lost, but attaboy. There's none of those in the ACC tournament.